Hello everyone, welcome to Gallantry, a program of the Nigerian military's heroism, sacrifices and achievements. I am Gimba Omar. On this episode of the program, we'll be taking a look at General Christopher Musa, retired. A dinner was hosted in honor of him by the course 38 of the Nigerian Defense Academy, his very own class.
The armed forces officers' mess in Abuja had an air of calmness and cheer as many from across the country streamed into the venue of the grand reception in honor of General Christopher Musa, the immediate past Chief of Defence Staff CDS. Large posters up against the wall would easily tell of greatness if a man who has dedicated 38 years to meritorious service to country. Many took pictures, perhaps cherishing the moments of a man that has impacted so many people in his rather short 2 years in office. The new Chief of Defence Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, arrived early. He towers over all with pleasantries and exchange of merriment, with generals, admirals and commodores serving and retired ahead of an evening of bliss. The Chief of Air Staff soon joins in, friends as well as families, especially wives of the past and present service. Chiefs came gaily dressed.
Thank you very much.
The entrance of the former CDS General Lucky Erebo, in company of his wife, was swift. Shortly after was an almost grand entry of the former Chief of Army Staff. Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai retired, who is now the ambassador to Benin Republic. The hall gradually fills up to capacity. They just keep turning up for General C.G. Musa. Present in the capacity-filled hall arts members of regular course 38 of the Nigeria Defense Academy, where as a young cadet, General Musa made exploits that would shape his future. What better way to see all mates together under one roof and to honor their own? The man in the center of it all soon arrives. In company of his wife, Mrs. Lillian Musa, songs, chants of a true soldier and a gentleman was loudly echoed. Then the prayer in line with the anthem third stanza is taken.
creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. And everybody say amen. Please can you give yourselves a resounding round of applause as you have your seats tonight.
All seated, and the proceedings continue with an opening remarks by the representative of the 38 regular course of the Nigerian Defence Academy.
Tonight, members of the NDA Regular Course Association have rolled out the drums to celebrate General Musa, a proud member and patron of our association, who in the last 2 years and 4 months served meritoriously as the Chief of Defence Staff, Armed Forces of Nigeria. We are also celebrating his beloved wife, a very amazing, unique lady, Mrs. Musa, who as President of Defence and Police Officers' Wife Association and patroness of our association, not only stood solidly beside General Musa, but became a rallying point for our association in particular, and military families in general. This grand reception is the least we could do to thank them for their service, celebrate their accomplishments, and acknowledge the honor they have brought to our association. On 19 June 2023, when General Musa was appointed as the Chief of Defence Staff, our dear nation was faced with mounting security challenges. General Musa's assumption of office, armed with his tremendous understanding of the scope and enormity of the challenge confronting our nation, moved quickly to develop effective strategies to defeat the myriads of violent threats to our country and indeed the West African sub-region. His vast experience as a thoroughbred infantry general and distinguished commander came in handy as he led the efforts of the armed forces towards a safer and more secure nation for all Nigerians. When his tenure came to an end on 30th October 2025, Nigeria's security landscape has improved dramatically thanks to his insightful leadership, hint of professionalism. We have gathered simply to tell General Musa, well done. Thank you for your service and welcome back home to your first family of nearly 40 years. From very humble beginnings of queuing up for Friday chicken and on Saturdays for Akaramba in the Cadets Fest, a major attribute of Mogadishu Cadets. General Musa, in a period of about 4 decades, rose through the ranks through deeds of hard work, tenacity, focus, and training work to reach the very top of our armed forces. He represents the best of us as a corps, and we are very proud of him. Along the way, General Musa met his patron, Ogogo, who has remained a strong pillar of support to him throughout his military career and now in retirement. Together they have brought honor to all of us and have inscribed the name of NDA 38 Regular Course in the annals of the armed forces of Nigeria. We are indeed privileged to identify with General Musa and his family.
The entry of the governor of Plateau State would briefly cause a heightened air of love for General Musa, according to some. They exchanged pleasantries and all are seated again.
The Executive Governor of the state in our Excellency, you are welcome.
Thank you.
A minute of silence for course 38 members who had passed was observed.
May the souls of our departed cosmonauts rest in perfect peace.
Citation of the general soon follows as other activities like the TIV dance troupe, who displayed the Swange dance to the admiration of all. The governor of Plateau State, Mr. Muftwang, then mounts the podium in gratitude to General Musa, who played a critical role in bringing enduring peace to the plateau after painful periods of killings in areas like Bokos, Mangu, Riom, Barkinladi, Kuru, all flashpoints in Plateau State.
To duty can never be questioned. And we in Plateau State particularly are glad that he was there to advise, to counsel, and also to mobilize resources for us to be able to protect the lives and properties of our people. And I must say that through his leadership, we were able to contain a lot of the insurgencies that sprang up. If not, the situation would have become ugly. I was personally surprised that his time had come so soon. But like every good thing, it has a beginning, it has an end. And our joy is that he served his country, he rose to the pinnacle of his career, and that he retired gloriously. I did not know the columns, the kind of solidarity that Nigerians have shown him since retirement shows that they were watching his steps. And today, I am confident that you may have retired, but I am sure that you are not tired. And I am confident that Nigeria will still require your services going forward by the grace of God.
The governor soon exits with the full compliments of the state to General Musa. The former Chief of Army Staff then mounts the podium. His message was of the impression General Musa gave to him, which made him quite distinct from other officers.
Once you become Major General, that's the end of writing performance evaluation report on annual basis. But this general felt that is big because it will give you a much concise, career review of what you have accomplished as a general. You discover that once you are general, you spend 3, 4, 5 years on that run, and nothing is written about you. And virtually you don't know if your CV is requested. There are certain key accomplishments that you get, but cannot be reflected by your commander. But today I'm not writing the PR of Musa, but I think I'm one of the officers, senior officers, senior in the service. Really admired his courage, his determination, his sincerity, and his commitment to service.
There was food and drink served to the fullest to the satisfaction of all. On the sidelines, we got the former Director Defence Information Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, whose expression explains the kind of person General Christopher Musa is.
I was with him right from the day he was appointed up to the day he left office. When we talk of General Christopher Musa, I have a lot to say, and I have learned a lot working with him. He's very patient. He respects people a lot, whether you are his senior, his mate, or you are his junior. He gives you listening ears. He listens to you. In fact, General Christopher Musa is an embodiment of everything positive in life. He impacted on the life of each and every one of us that had the privilege of working with him. It's not easy. We have seen a lot of chiefs of defense staff that have come and gone. But General Christopher Musa is an exceptional personality. You can see when his removal was announced, what people say about him. There was no negative comment about him. People were praising him, People are wishing him well. People were hoping that whatever he decided to do with his life in near future, they are going to support him.
What are the strong points of his administration, would you say?
Jointness. General Christopher Musa doesn't believe in taking glory all by himself. He believes it's a collective responsibility. He promoted synergy. He is people-centric. In fact, that is one of his leadership concepts. He believes whatever we are going to do, we have to bring people into it. Public engagement, very important. He so much respect the general public, and he expects the general public to also reciprocate whatever the armed forces is doing as a way of protecting our national security.
He is not the only one to tell of the goodness of the general and the man who is being honoured tonight.
He broke so many barriers. Are you looking at achievements on the battlefield? Are you looking at cooperation with agencies? Are you looking at international cooperation with other armed forces and other countries? Are you looking at military diplomacy? I mean, we can count it. We broke so many barriers that I would say conveniently that his predecessor dared to push that out. He was excellent. And the good thing about him is that he has high talent. So when you see him doing something, you must have recognized someone that he can conveniently trust to help. So he's a leader. So when Musa, we always say that for you to be a leader, is ability for you to make your men to work for you now, and then for them to be willing to work for you the second time. This leadership he has achieved. The time that I spent with him, really, those are something that I will not easily forget. Very difficult for me to forget the time we spent together. Because I'm in the Air Force, and he was in the Army, so we rarely meet. But the opportunity that I have actually to work with him as he was then that was the Chief of Defense Staff and as a special advisor, it's been a wonderful experience for me. So I just want to wish him well. I know that the country has not heard the last of General Christopher Gratz. It's just, someone said the other day, short break. So I wish him a very wonderful short break because the country needs people like him.
He's humble and he plays along everybody. Among all our country, there's nobody that can say that Gabin has not been fair with Nigeria.
How would you rate his administration the past 2 years?
His administration has been fantastic. As far as we are concerned, he has raised the bar of military leadership. You could see from evidence from people around him and people around that he has been very humble and he carried everybody along with him. I'm sure the armed forces will miss him for now.
An evening of bliss indeed, one that will linger and be remembered as a gathering of the cream of society as the well wishes, prayers and goodwill continue to pour in for a true general, a gentleman and a giver.
And in line with the change of guard sweeping across the military, the former Defense Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, also handed over to the new DDI.
To present you this handing over notes. I hope you go through them If there is any area you felt you need more explanation, please endeavor to reach out to me. Thank you so much. On 17 January 2023, I assumed this role with a resolve to uphold the integrity and elevate the public perception of the armed forces of Nigeria. Over the past years, I have been guided by an untiring commitment to transparency, strategic communication, and the ethical management of public information in service of our dear land. I am deeply honored to have contributed to this noble institution and its critical mandate. My stewardship was anchored on fostering trust between the military and the Nigerian people, amplifying the sacrifices of our troops and enduring accurate, timely reporting in a context information landscape. Every decision, every engagement, and every strategy was driven by the desire to protect the image of our armed forces while advancing national security. Today, I live highly fulfilled, knowing that we have strengthened frameworks and proactive communication, deepened media collaborations, and navigated challenges with the collective effort of a dedicated team. As I step aside, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to my brother, Brigadier General Samaila Uba, the incoming Director of Defense Information. The foundation we have laid is robust, but the dynamic nature of information management demands continuous innovation. Therefore, I urge you to build on our modest achievements, embrace emerging technologies, and further bridge the gap between the military and the general public. The stakes are very high, but so too are the opportunity to make an enduring impact. To my successor, I offer my full support. While my time in this office concludes today, my dedication to the system remains unshaken. I'm ever willing to provide counsel, share insights, and contribute in any way that advances the goals of the information or defense information apparatus. Institutions thrive on collective wisdom, and I trust that expertise cultivated over the years will remain a resource for progress. I owe immense gratitude to the media, civil partners, and all stakeholders who collaborated with us in amplifying the voices and victories of our armed forces. Your sense of professionalism, feedback, and partnership were instrumental to our successes. I implore you to extend the same goodwill, cooperation, and solidarity to Brigadier General Uba as he takes the affairs as Director of Defense Information.
I'm deeply grateful to the Chief of Army Staff for giving me the opportunity to serve at the Defense Headquarters as the Director of Defense Information. Let me begin by reaffirming my deep commitment to advancing the ideals of transparency, unity, and excellence in safeguarding our armed forces and our nation's security narrative, more so as the terrain of public information and image management are not new to me. In an era defined by rapid information exchange, evolving defense and security challenges, and the pervasive influence of digital platforms, strategic communication is not merely a tool, it is a force multiplier. The Office of the Director of Defense Information serves as the bridge between our armed forces, the media, and the Nigerian people, as well as the global community. Our mandate, which is to inform, educate, and inspire trust, is foundational to national cohesion and the morale of our gallant men and women in uniform. Today, I am reminded of the words of General Colin Powell. Perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. As custodians of defense information, we must embody this optimism, ensuring that every communication reflects the professionalism, sacrifices, and victories of our armed forces. Under my watch, the Directorate of Defense Information will operate under 4 priorities. These are unity of purpose, timeliness and transparency, digital innovation, and effective media relations. First, unity of purpose. I will prioritize seamless coordination among the public relations and information directorates of the Nigerian Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Our strength lies in a unified narrative that amplifies the collective achievements of our services while respecting their unique identities. Regular joint briefings, shared platforms, and synchronized messaging will ensure we speak with one voice. This unity of purpose is also cognizant of the need to cooperate with spokesmen of other security agencies as symbolized by the attendance of this ceremony of my good friend, the Nigeria Police spokesman, CSP Benjamin Hundeyin. The next is timeliness and transparency. In crisis or peacetime, the public deserves accurate and timely information. We will reinforce proactive communication strategies to counter various forms of information disorders and preempt speculative reporting. A dedicated rapid response team will monitor and address emerging threats to our information space. Next is digital innovation. The battlefield of perception is increasingly online. Therefore, we will leverage cutting-edge technology, data analytics, social media engagement, and multimedia storytelling to connect with younger audiences and global stakeholders. Our digital footprint must mirror the agility and precision of our armed forces. Media relations. To our colleagues and partners in the media, we view you as allies in the pursuit of truth. I propose quarterly forum to foster dialogue, address challenges, and align our efforts in the national interest. Together, we can counter divisive narratives and celebrate stories of valor and sacrifice. Presently, we operate in a landscape where misinformation can erode trust in seconds. Adversaries exploit vulnerabilities in our information ecosystem, seeking to divide us. Let me be clear. We will not cede ground. Through rigorous fact-checking, public education campaigns, and partnerships with the media and cybersecurity experts, we will fortify Nigeria's defense information architecture. I want to assure the Chief of Defense Staff that I pledge to uphold the highest standards of integrity and innovation in this role. To directors of public relations and information of the services, let us embrace our responsibility with vigor total commitment and professionalism, knowing that every press release, social media post, and public engagement is a thread in the tapestry of national defense and security. I want to also appreciate my predecessor, Brigadier General Tukur Gusau, MNI, for his achievements during his tour of duty. I wish you the very best in your future endeavors.
And that's the much we can bring to you on this episode of Gallantry. Do join us again for subsequent episodes. I'm Gimba Umar, and we'll see you again.